Batman Returns is a 1992 comic book movie directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Because it was the sequel to the wildly successful Batman from 1989, naturally video games would be prolific on every video game system of the day. So let's take a look at my top 5 Batman Returns games. Let's start with number 5 being the Sega Genesis version of Batman Returns. Now it starts out with a pretty cool intro where the Batmobile comes on the screen and Batman jumps up on his grappling hook. And then I hit a gargoyle. I don't remember gargoyles being in this movie. And then at this point, I'm jumping down, I'm fighting guys. But I really don't know where I'm supposed to be going in this game. Getting hit by fire. That's not cool. The graphics are not too bad. I mean, they're kind of dark and gritty a little bit, but one of the problems I've had with this game is trying to get the stupid grappling hook to work. I'm like, come on, shoot out and grab something already. And, these guys are always like trying to punch me and stuff. My big problem with these kind of games is that there really is no direction as to where you're supposed to go. I mean, now I'm going up and down these stairs, sliding around, getting hit by fireballs again, and I'm just like completely lost. And within a few minutes, I'm really not enjoying this game much at all. So that's why it is number 5 on my list of Batman Returns games. And now we got to talk about the Atari Lynx version of Batman Returns, which is number 4 on my list. Now, I think this game was developed by Chuck Summerall at Atari, and honestly, I don't know what they were going for here, because it looks like a game that would be pretty good. I mean, Batman's nice and big, and he can punch guys and stuff, but there's just so much dynamite being thrown at you, and so many characters constantly coming at you, it's almost impossible to move in this game. So what you end up doing is just jumping past everybody. I mean, maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe the idea is just, get to the end as quickly as you possibly can and not even worry about fighting anybody. But I don't know how that's fun. How is that fun at all? I do really like the graphics in this game. There's some really detailed backgrounds and character sprites and animation. Now, a lot of people don't know what to do here in front of the Shrek's store. You're supposed to duck behind this mailbox and just let the whole thing explode, and then you're perfectly fine. And then now here we go with the battle with the Penguin on his little Penguin mobile, and you're supposed to like shoot the face or the head of the Penguin with your batarangs, and it's practically impossible to do. I mean, this is a really difficult game. And I don't think I've ever gotten past level 1 without cheating. And of course, the really sucky part is that you only have 1 life, so if you die, that's it. Number 3 on my list of Batman Returns games is Batman Returns for the Sega Game Gear. Now, again, I was a huge Lynx fan, so I was hoping that the Lynx version would be better, but as I played this version, it's actually pretty good. Don't get me wrong, it's not great, but it's still, I think, more enjoyable than the Lynx version. I mean, there really isn't any punching that I could tell. I'm just throwing what look like boomerangs, not even batarangs. But I'll tell you what though, the grappling hook works much better in this game than it does in the Sega Genesis game. And another thing that makes this slightly better than the Lynx version is that the levels aren't so long and huge. You actually can get to a boss in a reasonable amount of time and defeat it. But I tell you, their choice of bosses is kind of funny. Why am I fighting an RV in this? I just blew up an RV. That's kind of weird. But yeah, like I said, the grappling hook works pretty good. The graphics are decent, not spectacular or anything. You can see how they're trying to do this thing with the snow here. It's not a bad effect, but when you get to the boss, yeah, that's pretty rough. That's hard to see what's going on there. Now, granted, I am playing this on an emulator, so I don't know, maybe the emulator's going bananas here. This guy with the fire, yeah, he's got a pattern, but yeah, I couldn't beat him, so. Anyway, that's my number 3 on the Batman Returns games list. And now my number 2 Batman Returns games is, it's a basic beat 'em up, and it's for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's kind of overlooked, I think, in favor of the original Batman game from Sunsoft, but, you know, if you like beat 'em ups, this is a really good game. I mean, granted, the characters are kind of the same that you're fighting against all the time over and over again. But yeah, of the 4 games that I've reviewed so far, this is definitely the best one. It's got some really good background graphics. I like the background here on the boss with the Christmas tree flashing there. Of course, I got beat up pretty badly here, but but it looks great. It looks really good. Got a good variety of enemies. I'm really not fond of these tall guys here. They're pretty tough to beat. These graphics here are pretty cool with the cat in the background. That's neat. And then here's me getting my butt kicked by Catwoman. She flips around a lot. She's pretty hard to catch up to. And then there's this scene a little bit later where you are walking on the side of the building and you have to kind of prevent yourself from falling off. That's pretty interesting variety there. You're constantly like trying to prevent yourself from sliding off the side of the roof of this building. And eventually I just let myself fall off just to see what would happen. And probably my favorite stage is this one here with the Batmobile. This is awesome. I love this. And then later you get to play as the Bat-Missile, which is, you know, not as exciting actually, but it's pretty cool that you know, the Batmobile turns into the Bat-Missile just like in the movie. So yeah, it's got really good graphics, the music and sound are good, and yeah, it's just generally a fun game to play. So yeah, my number 2 Batman Returns game is for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And then my number 1 Batman Returns game is, of course, the Super Nintendo version by Konami, which is an amazingly fun beat 'em up with great graphics, great sounds. I mean, it just speaks for itself. Look at this game. I mean, you got these endless clowns that you're fighting against, and they're throwing fire at you and stuff like that. But I mean, it's very satisfying smashing these guys against a wall. It's so much fun. I love this game. Probably one of the best beat 'em ups on the Super Nintendo. I mean, they even replicate the scene from the movie where you save Selena Kyle from that clown guy. Okay, granted, I'm actually fighting him and everything. I'm not shooting the grappling hook. Of course, later in the game, you have to go through this burning building and use your grappling hook to get out. That's pretty cool that they added some variety to the game. yeah, lots of different enemies to fight. These big, huge guys, these guys with swords. It's such a great game. It's a lot of fun. Easily the best Batman Returns game that's out there. So there you have it, 5 Batman Returns games for consoles. Now I'm sure there's more Batman Returns games out there for computers and other systems that I'm unaware of, but these are the 5 that I knew of, so I just thought I'd go ahead and rank them. So if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons down below. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and stay tuned on this Bat channel for more to come.